Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWAH, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to my Akim who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawa Cub coming at you with another lesson. Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So I actually should have gotten another one, but it's fine. We can start with this. So basically, today's lesson is going to be about how we have to be willing to we need to separate from this society. We can't be thinking like them. We can't be in league with these types of with the Babylonian thinkers. All right. Now the inspiration to do this lesson comes from multiple different instances, or just I guess reference points that I had taken note of. Okay, so obviously there's different, you can understand and take many different lessons from many different sources, be it something that's not as serious and something that's, fictitious or whatever. And this is what I have, been able to do myself. Okay, so with the first instance, there's this anime called Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay, in it people were making jokes, all right, and basically saying Megumi was one of the characters. Megumi was suicidal because he kept on trying to kill himself by summoning his ultimate demon or whatever and whatnot to kill any people. They're like, oh wow, Megumi's just like me, he's suicidal. And the thing is, the reason why I even brought this up, I'm even bringing this up in the lesson, is because that this is them saying that is an insult to the people, all right, people who take their jobs very seriously and are willing to die for the causes that they fight for. All right, so when people say something like that, it's not just, oh, it's just a joke or anything like that, but to me, from my perspective, all right, speaking as a man, it is an insult, because there are people, all right, who are willing to, to give up their lives to fight for the causes that they're doing. Okay, and the thing is, we are supposed to be like that, being in the truth. We are supposed to be willing to die for Yahawadah, which is why I brought this out. Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Be thou faithful unto death. All right, we need to have faith that the Lord is going to either protect us, or even if the Lord doesn't protect us and the Lord allows us to die, then knowing that we have our reward in death. All right, this is why, it is so important for us to be it's so important for us to, trust, number one, trust the Lord. All right, but at the same time, like, this type of mockery, all right, isn't necessarily acceptable, all right, in some instances, because there are a lot of different people that take the things that they're doing very seriously, all right, as they should. If you believe in something, that you should take it seriously, and you should be willing to die for your cause if you're fighting for something that you think is absolutely right. All right, it is worth giving your life for. Yahawadah is worth more than your life. All right, you should be able to forfeit it just for the sake of helping out the cause of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. Right, so that was basically the first thing I want to bring out. It is very insulting. So it was very insulting when people said that, and I just thought like for the people that talk about suicide, all right, it's not about being suicidal. Slakia. Let me get this. Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 32. For I have no pleasure in death of him that dieth, saith the Lord Yahweh. Wherefore turn yourselves and live ye. Okay, so it's not and when I bring up any fictitious character or just people in general or us in general, if we say that we are willing to die, it's not that we're suicidal. All right, we want to live. All right, we should not be so ready to die. All right, but at the same time, you have to understand that the spiritual aspect of it is that we don't what's it called? We don't just die. Okay, it's not about dying. It's more so about the being willing to sacrifice for the Lord. All right. So no, we're not supposed to just find an excuse to kill yourself. That's not the thing, because the Lord does not take pleasure in death. Okay, if the Lord takes it to death, then that's the Lord's decision to make, but it's not our decision to make. Okay, you can't take away the life that the Lord had blessed you with, or any life for that matter that the Lord blessed anyone with. Okay, unless of course, self-defense or something like that. All right. But let me go back to my notes, and basically, okay, so the next topic was, fighting back when someone demonizing the person that retaliates. Okay, so if someone attacks someone, Slovakia, if someone attacks someone, let's say someone attacks me, okay, so that if I retaliate, which this has happened to me so many times, because I have retaliated to people have said, oh, you're not supposed to fight back, why are you fighting back, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, people always get on the person that fights back or retaliates, especially Jake as well. Jake is not allowed to fight back or defend himself when people are attacking him or in any type of way. All right, this has been a very common thing in Babylon, where they demonize you for fighting back or defending yourself. All right, and I've seen this in this example of Slocky, just in general, people in not necessarily this example, but people in general, how they demonize you for fighting back. And people always say, oh, you need to be the bigger person, because there was this one video, what's it called, in Spider-Man, I think 1 or 2, when James Franco's character, Harry Osborn, I believe that's his name, he was slapping Peter Parker or Tobey Maguire in the movie multiple times, and people were saying, oh my god, Peter Parker's such a good person, he just took that and let him get angry at him or whatever, slapping him a million times. And the thing is, like, no, like that's not being a bigger person, it's being a cuck. Okay, you're letting someone just hit you for no reason. Like, he didn't do any, like, as far as I remember, like, he didn't do anything. Slocky, if I don't remember the full details, but I'm pretty sure, like, he Peter Parker never did anything malicious to Harry, and even if he did, it was never something that was intentional. All right, because the thing is, Peter Parker is always that one character that's always trying to do the right thing. Okay, he was never, someone that was evil, mean-spirited, or anything like that, until the whole Venom stuff, that's when he actually became something that people did not recognize, and it was a malicious and evil person. All right, but obviously in the beginning, he was very kind and nice. So Slocky, if I forget any details, but like, for him to just take that's not a right thing. That's not something that the Lord would accept as well. The Lord, for us specifically, Israelites, when people are doing something like that, we're not supposed to fight back, of course, but well, I mean, we have a right to defend ourselves, but the thing is, in terms of like the bigger scale, the bigger scheme of things, the Lord's going to cast judgment on them. The Lord's just not going to let people get away with hurting other people. Like, that's unjust. All right, the Lord would be an unjust God if he just let people get away with randomly hurting other people. All right. Now I also wanted to get this, Proverbs chapter 17 verse 15, he that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord. Okay, so this is another big thing. People are justifying the wicked. People always are condemning people for fighting back, but they never want to talk about the person who initiated the conflict. And this has been a long-standing thing that I've always had to deal with in literally with every authoritative figure that has been in my life, where I always fight back against someone that's bothering me, and the person that it started it, they always get away with it. And this is just in Babylonian society as a whole, okay, especially for so-called black men. All right, they can never have everything, but of course for Eve as well. But the main thing, Jake knows what I'm talking about. All right. Next, Isaiah chapter 5 verse 23, which justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. Okay, so justify the wicked. Oops, I hope I did not fuck. Whatever. Anyway, the main thing is, people in this society, I'm not gonna say I know people are doing it intentionally, but one of the big things is the fact that people, they are really rewarding wickedness. Like, in order to be successful in this society, you have to be wicked, and this is just the norm. All right, and being this truth, we need to understand that yes, while that may be the case, it doesn't matter. We still need to stick true to what we have to do, which is the right thing, regardless of if the wrong thing. Let me actually get that. Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 11, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. So because the Lord doesn't judge the wicked immediately, then the wicked think, okay, well, I'm getting all I want by being evil, so let me continue being evil. All right, and this is a very big thing that people just take advantage of. Okay, now finally, the last example has something to do with the quote-unquote so-called black community, okay, or the so-called black community. All right, now I guess I can show you. Yep, I want to show you if I can freaking get my mouse to work. Let's see, who's this? What's this? Okay, perfect. Two beautiful, perfect examples. Not beautiful examples, but so my only issues, I wish we as black people had a private platform to criticize and help each other improve. Instead, we air our laundry out in front of everyone. That's why racists feel correct in attacking black people, because they hear other black folks criticize each other and think they are correct in their beliefs. So this is wrong, because there's no famous so-called black person to even partake in this type of thing to set a standard. Okay, is because we as so-called black people are okay with allowing people or allowing our people to be wicked, that this is even a problem to begin with. All right, so I just wanted to kind of show that point that out, okay, with this comment. All right. And also you also see stuff like this, like this is wicked. This is just straight up wicked. Like this is actually humiliating, as a matter of fact. Okay, this brings shame to me. I'm getting secondhand shame from that. All right, so this is why we need to openly condemn this. Okay, we as the so-called black community, or the Israelite community more specifically, we need to say we do not support this, okay? Because the thing is, they are making money off of the so-called black people. The so-called black people are consuming this because they think that this is okay, this is good, and whatnot. This represents us, when that should not represent us. We should be getting together and saying, okay, well, we're not going to support these bad people, these trashy people, and then in turn there should be better examples or better famous people for us to be able to follow. All right, but of course, people. So Jake can't freaking think that far ahead. Slocky, bear with me. But of course, Jake can't freaking think to, oh yeah, let's boycott this and whatnot. They can't get organized, and which is why you constantly have these people that are just worried about some temporary freaking pleasure or something like that with the trashiness. Proverbs chapter 27 verse 5, open rebuke is better than secret love. And this is why, if we as so-called black people, or more specifically Israelites in general, if all of us Israelites, 2/3 and whatnot, got together and said we do not support Sexy Red and all these, so-called black famous people that are making us look bad. So if we say we don't support them, then we should support the good, so-called black people. All right, I'm not gonna say any famous person's name because I don't think any of them are actually righteous. But we're supporting the good, and then you would see how much different our image would change, because we would have better role models to follow after. Okay. I was about to say, yeah, no, let's not, because I'm not gonna give anyone any credit. And yeah, there's not necessarily not giving anyone any credit, but it's just there's some ulterior motives behind these people. But yeah, none of these celebrities are good, honestly. But yeah, if we say openly we don't support someone like Sexy Red, then that's when people can say, okay, yeah, all the so-called black people are saying that they don't support them, so obviously that is not representative of so-called black culture. All right. Next is James chapter 4 verse 17. Therefore to him knoweth to do good, and doeth it not, to him it is sin. Okay, so if what you're supposed to do and you don't do it, okay, then that's when it's a sin. And these people, these celebrities, okay, I'm telling you, these celebrities, they already know what is right and what's wrong, and they intentionally don't do it because they want the money. All right. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, Shai, Basham, Kakwadash, the ones to the elders and apostles, great millstone, Abba, and Shalom.